Hello, welcome to a tier list video. Today we're going to tier list every Marvel post-credit scene. So we're not including the TV shows. I can do that in a separate list if you guys want, as well as like the Sony movies. This is just the mainline MCU. I think this is going to be a nice chill video. What was that? We have over 35 things to rank. This video is going to be outdated in a few days, and we're going to have to add more footage to this already long video, and nobody's going to watch this. What was that? I don't have a real earpiece in? You're fired. Alright, let's start the ranking. I don't think I'm going to show footage for all of them, but just for some of them. We have the Iron Man post-credit scene. The one that started it all. It's pretty iconic. It's solid, short, and sweet. I like it. Next up we have the Incredible Hulk post-credit scene. Basically, it has General Ross in a bar. He's drinking some whiskey that's green for some reason. Because Hulk theming, I guess. No, genuinely, why was his whiskey green? Why was his whiskey green? And then Tony Stark shows up and he sets up a non-existent Hulk sequel. Alright, I think that's what he was setting up. Because he just asking for... I don't even remember what he's at. I should actually rewatch that. Alright, so it looks like he's trying to recruit him onto the Avengers, which is stupid because that never happened, nor was it ever the plan. Yeah, this went nowhere. I know they did like a one-shot, like a little short film that explained this, but like, it's a short film on a DVD extra. Who cares, bro? I find when I have more videos, like little videos, clips that I have to edit together, the audio gets messed up where it's like detached from the visual. So I'm gonna try to have at least cuts as possible. And next one is Thor post-credit scene. We have some footage of the desert, and there's Coulson. The interesting part is it's a setup for Thor, because we have the hammer. It has nothing to do with the rest of the movie, but it's interesting because it's a setup for the very next movie, and that's not something you see anymore. So I'm going to throw it into B. Meanwhile, the post-credit scene for Thor just shows that this dude's mind-controlled Selvig, and he's working for Nick Fury, and Loki's alive. It's not as cool as the one in Iron Man 2 that sets up Thor. It's not as iconic as the Iron Man one, and it's not as pointless as the Incredible Hulk one, so I threw it in C. We have Captain America the First Avenger, which I think is just Fury telling him, yo, show up in the next movie, okay? What I find to be absolutely hilarious, though, is that right after that, there's literally just a commercial for the Avengers. Like, I'm not even joking and saying, oh yeah, it just feels like an ad for the Avengers, because it's just him recruiting, it's just Fury recruiting Cap. No, it literally is an ad for the Avengers. It doesn't have the sauce that the Thor post-credit scene has. It's cool to see him, just like punching the bag, and then he's like, yo, be in the next movie. But it's not as cool. We have the iconic one from Avengers, where Thanos shows up. Just to skip in a little bit. End is the only important part. There he is. This is pretty much just arbitrary. Like, there's basically no rhyme or reason behind the placement. I can always move it back down, but for now, I actually put Avengers in S tier as well as Iron Man 1. But of course, there's the better one from Avengers, where I'm considering knocking down the ones I just put in S tier to put this in S tier. Because the shawarma scene is peak cinema. I just love how they're just silently eating. Thor is not, in fact, eating shawarma. And, fun fact, Captain America is not eating because Chris Evans grew out a beard for Snowpiercer. And that's why his hand is covering his face like this. So I'll still keep it as is for now. Next we have Iron Man 3, which is actually pretty funny. I feel like I'm too close to the camera, but the way I have the mic, I can't back up unless I go back into my spot, but then it's harder to film. I mean, yeah, I like this one. It's funny. It's like he's talking to a therapist, except it's Bruce Banner. He's not that kind of doctor, and then it sets up Age of Ultron. Except not really, just kind of shows they're in touch. Whatever, it's funny. I threw it into A. Next up, we have Thor the Dark World, which I believe is the first one to have two. Oh, wait, no, Avengers had two. But we have Thor the Dark World, which, terrible movie, terrible post-credit scene, I guess, because it just sets up that the Collector is a character who exists, and he can appear in Guardians of the Galaxy, except nobody cared about the Guardians, so it's kind of pointless. And then it shows that he has the ether, that's the reality stone. So, okay. It's like it's not offensively annoying or something that never got paid off. It's just not that good. I'm gonna put it in D. And Thor the Dark World actually has two, and the other one is just as pointless, if not more pointless. Basically, Jane is eating cereal, then Thor shows up, they kiss, and then it shows this, like, monster thing is running amok. That's it. I don't know if it's better or worse to be pointless or setting up something that never gets paid off. But that was actually really stupid. I think that might be our first F. And next we have the Winter Soldier post-credit scene. It's like Bucky in a museum, and that's it. He's in a museum. There's nothing else. He's in a museum. Actually, you know what? I might save that last one from the pit of hell that is F tier. Because I think there's worse ones. So you know what? I'll be nice. Both of them are in D. Winter Soldier actually had two post-credit scenes. This is the one people remember because it at least teases something. We have Baron von Strucker, which, okay, the only real important thing here is Wanda and Quicksilver. It shows them at one point. There you go. There's Quicksilver and there's Wanda. It's not anything crazy, so I'll put it in B. Guardians of the Galaxy one is pretty funny. It's just the little Groot little sapling Groot, I think that's what they call him, before he's baby Groot. He's dancing, but he doesn't want Drax to see him. So there's music, but it's copyrighted, so I'm not playing it. But then Drax looks over and he's not moving anymore. And then he looks away and he's dancing again. Alright, it's alright. I'll put it in B as well. Why is this not opening? Next one we have is Guardians of the Galaxy. The other one in Guardians of the Galaxy is just like the Collector is getting licked. And Howard's there and he says something mildly funny. I'm gonna put it in C. This next one might be a hot take, but I actually really like. It is the Age of Ultron mid-credit scene. I don't know if there's another, if there's like a post-credit scene. I don't know, it just says mid-credit scene. A lot of people hate this one because it makes no sense in context of the movie, where Thanos grabs the Infinity Gauntlet and he says, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
Fine, I'll do it myself.
And people don't like it because it has no relation to the movie. Like, Ultron wasn't trying to get Infinity Stones for him. This is just unrelated. But honestly, I think it's a good tease. It's threatening. Well, it's supposed to be threatening, but it's just kind of overshadowed because it makes no sense. But it's supposed to be threatening that he'll do what himself? And then the comic fans are like, "Oh, he's gonna try to kill everybody himself." That's pretty cool. I'm gonna put it at A. It sounded like I said 8. I'm going to put it at A. Next, we have Ant-Man's post-credit scene, which not only has no relation to the movie, it's literally a clip from Civil War. I don't know why it started like halfway through, but it's literally a clip from Civil War, and it has no relation to Ant-Man. I hate it when they do this. They just have a clip from the next movie. It's so lazy. And I just noticed something funny. 2 of the post-credit scenes are just Chris Evans standing on either side like this. Or this. I think the other one is Civil War. I'm still going to put it in C tier. Oh, by the way, the tiers aren't ranked or anything. We have the other post-credit scene for Ant-Man. Maybe it was the mid-credit scene. So it's just Wasp seeing her suit. I think that's pretty cool. It's a good tease for the next movie. I like the way the suit looks. It's decent. I'm going to put it into B. Here's the other one I was talking about that's just Chris Evans standing in one direction. I mean, there's a bit more to it, but basically, it's just Bucky agreeing to freeze himself again. I think that, yeah, he froze himself again, and then Chris Evans stands not directly looking at a guy, just standing looking at something, presumably. It's the exact same thing again, but at least it has some relevance to the movie, so I'll put it in B. The other one for Civil War is Spider-Man playing with his web shooters, which, I don't know, it's just a funny little tease for Homecoming. Like, it teases his high-tech suit. I like it. And then you see the logo. Not bad. I put it in B. The next 5 are Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I don't know why that movie felt it was necessary to have 5. But this one, the first one here, is I don't know if it was the first one. It might be the last one for all I know. But it was actually pretty cool. Because you get to see the Watchers, which kind of contradicts What If, but whatever. And it canonizes a theory that Stan Lee is an informant for the Watcher. I think that's pretty cool. Wait, did you see that? There was like a secret image. What? Oh, it's just a screenshot from the credits. But yeah, I like that one. I'll put it into A. Then we have this one of the gold people. I forget what they called them. It was like the Sovereigns or something. And it's a tease for Guardians 3 with Adam Warlock. I never got what this object is, though. Is it like what they're using to create him? Because that's pretty weird. Is that all the technology you need to create Will Poulter? But I also threw it into A because it was pretty cool. I don't know if I can have so many in a row in A tier, but this one's also very funny. It's just Quill yelling at Teen Groot because his room's a mess. And it's kind of a funny little tease for Infinity War. But screw it, it's my list. I threw it into A because I don't care. I guess there's actually 4. And then there's this one of Kraglin trying to use the arrow, and he straight up murders Drax. There's no other way to put it. It, like, just stabs his neck. Like, he's dead, right? He's dead. He's dead, right? Actually, I'll put this one into B. This one infuriates me, makes me mad on a daily basis. If you are a Spider-Man fan, you know this scene so well. Of the 2 post-credit scenes in Spider-Man Homecoming that are meant to make you mad, this is not the one that's supposed to make you mad, but it's the one that does make you mad. I am, of course, talking about the Scorpion post-credit scene. It teases Scorpion. He's gonna come back as a supervillain in the next movie, Spider-Man Far From Home, right? Oh, they went for Mysterio instead. It's okay, there's always the next one. No Way Home. No, okay. Actually, you know what? This outcome's cooler. Hey, just saying, maybe we could have him in Brand New Day. Which, I'm so glad we have a title, but like, come on, lock in, guys. Announce the villain. And let it be Scorpion. But this clip in particular, whenever I see a screenshot from it, it just drives me crazy. We need a Primal Scream clip.
You're a fraud, Spider-Man!
I was searching for the clip and trying to get it just right. So long my computer timed out. It's not like awful, but it also just makes me so mad. I feel like soon, hopefully, praying to God every day, yeah, that we get to see Scorpion. This scene gets paid off. Please. Please. I'm throwing it in B. I spent so much time on this I have to speed run the next few. This Captain America one at the end of Homecoming about patience is not the one that makes me mad, even though it's intended to make you mad. Pretty funny. I'll throw it into A. Thor Ragnarok. I think I did the 2 Thor ones out of order, but the one that is Thor and Loki on the ship, and then the bigger ship comes, and it's like, holy crap, we teasing something. And they're teasing Infinity War, and it's really good. It leaves perfectly into Infinity War. I'm also gonna go A tier. This one of Jeff Goldblum doing Jeff Goldblum things from Thor Ragnarok is not that funny. It's like not as funny as they think it is. And he gets to live, like he doesn't even get ruthlessly murdered for all the horrible things he did in that movie. I'm gonna go with D on this one. And then we have the Black Panther one where we just have T'Challa at in the UN, United Nations. It's not bad, it's just not that interesting. Nothing huge happens, it's not like a joke or anything. He's just talking. So I'll put it in, let's see. Then we have the other one from Black Panther, which is more interesting, where these kids are bothering Bucky while he sleeps. Oh hey, it's Bucky. Why is Bucky here? I don't know. I don't know why Bucky's here. This doesn't even really tease anything other than he's in Wakanda, which I think we already knew. And he's gonna be in the next movie, which I think we already knew. I'll also put it in C. Purely based off the after credit scenes, Black Panther and Thor Ragnarok should have had switched their release schedules. Then we have the Infinity War post-credit scene that's just, it's kind of cool. It shows the aftermath of Thanos' snap, and there's the helicopter that lost its pilot and it's going into a building. That's pretty awesome. And then it has a tease for Captain Marvel, which is just alright. And it shows what happened to Nick Fury. I'd say this is worthy of A tier, though. Then we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is a pretty solid tease for Endgame, where it mentions Time Wells, which, that comes back. That's pretty solid. And I like, you just have him in the quantum realm, and then you have this haunting thing that he's stuck in there because they just died and he has no way out. It's A tier worthy. We have Ant-Man and the Wasp, second post-credit scene, which it's kind of funny and kind of sad. I mean, there's the joke of the ant, but it's kind of morbid because everybody's dead and Scott is stranded, and it's just the empty house with like all the cabinets still open, and then the drum playing the drum set. And there's like an empty dial tone. That ant is laying down some good beats though. Have a listen. It's nothing like too crazy though. I'm gonna put it in C. We have this one for Captain Marvel, which is surprisingly the last one of the saga. And honestly, I know earlier I said I was going to rank every one, but I'm thinking about just ending it here and having a part 2 where I rank every post-credit scene from the multiverse saga. So, for the last post-credit scene in the saga, it's not that interesting. You just have some of the Avengers in the compound being Bruce, War Machine, Black Widow, and Captain America. And then Captain Marvel shows up, and she's like, yo, what's good? Where's Nick Fury at? I mean, it's alright. It's still like a C, though. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I was gonna have all of them, but then I realized how many all of them is. Just look at that for a second. Oh, they're slowly appearing. I don't know why I did I don't know why I did it like that, but just look at all of them. That's just the remainder. Well, that's the remainder of what we have left. That's a lot, man. I think I'm gonna wait for Thunderbolts to release. Who knows? Maybe I'll release this like in May sometime. And then I'll push the next volume of this to whenever Fantastic Four releases, because at least then I'll have all of Phase 5. Actually, no, Thunderbolts is the end of Phase 5, so that's actually kind of perfect. Whenever you're watching this, it'll release soon, I guess. I'll see you guys later. Bye.